Let us remember in the holy presence of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Let's just pray for a good homecoming weekend, good game tonight, good review this afternoon. Let's say Hail Mary. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. In the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
It is my privilege and pleasure to introduce to you the president of the Alumni Association of St. Thomas Academy, a 1999 graduate, one of the many Schneemans who has gone to school here. Please welcome Mr. Carl Schneeman.
Dr. Mish, distinguished members of St. Thomas Academy faculty and staff, fellow alums, and the Corps of Cadets. My name is Carl Schneeman, and I am from the class of '99, and it's my pleasure to serve as the St. Thomas Academy Alumni Association president. This morning, I stand before you to present the recipient of the 2012 Hames Alumni Honors Award. Since 1969, St. Thomas Academy Alumni Association has honored a member of the alumni community who has exemplified the ideals of St. Thomas Academy, and in doing so has distinguished himself in his own community. The group of gentlemen standing behind me today are past presidents of the Alumni Association and also past recipients of this award. Such alumni enrich the lives of those around them through their own personal and family lives, professional occupations, civic leadership, human welfare activities, intellectual or cultural pursuits, and efforts to advance the goals of St. Thomas Academy. I am honored to present the 44th Edward G. Hames Alumni Honors Award to John Buzz Myser, class of 1952. Tom is an appropriate recipient of the Hames Award because of his lifelong service to St. Thomas Academy and his support of Catholic education. Looking to provide strong role models for Buzz, his mother and his grandfather sent him to St. Thomas Military Academy to instill the values, discipline, and character we know to be upheld here. Beyond the academy, Buzz went on to succeed in higher education and eventually worked his way to become a top executive at 3M. His mentors at the academy, as well as many other Catholic education institutions, were never forgotten. He and his wife Pat established the Myser Family Foundation Teaching Excellence Award in 1995, a cash prize awarded annually to 4 STA faculty. They also established similar awards at Pat's alma mater, the University of St. Catherine, and also a faculty fellowship at his alma mater, the University of Notre Dame. At St. Catherine's, they also endowed the Myser Initiative for Catholic Identity, aimed at strengthening the university's Catholic identity through faculty initiative and leadership. For your years of service to the Academy, your continued support of Catholic education, and on behalf of the St. Thomas Academy Alumni Association, I'm honored to acknowledge John Buzz Myser, the 2012 Edward G. Hames Alumni Honors Award. His wife, Pat, now would have a few remarks for us.
Good morning, and thank you very much for honoring my husband today. I really appreciate that. And those of you that were at Mass, you can rest easy. Father Doffing said short people are known for giving long speeches. However, I was told I could use 3 to 5 minutes. St. Thomas has done a very good job of publishing information about my husband's work career and volunteer efforts and commitment to church work. Therefore, I thought today I'd like to speak to the cadets who are here and tell you about the role that St. Thomas continued to play in his life after he graduated. Buzz graduated in the spring of 1952, and at that time, his mother had planned to move to California. So my husband enrolled in the University of Southern California. However, in August, she decided that New York would be a better fit for her. Therefore, Southern Cal did not look so good, and Notre Dame did. Now, you students know when you're seniors, you don't wait till August to apply at any university, much less one of the top ones in the country. But Buzz knew where to go for help. He came over here to St. Thomas, where Colonel George Langland was still the headmaster. He presented his problem. George said, "Leave it with me." He called on his favors at Notre Dame, and because of that, and the fact that Notre Dame recognized the academic achievement of St. Thomas, Buzz was there a couple of weeks later with the opening of the September season as a freshman at Notre Dame. They even had a room for him available in Morrissey Hall. After Buzz had completed 1 year at Notre Dame, he realized that it was very expensive and he was going to need a little help. So he enrolled in the U.S. Army because at that time they had the GI Bill, which would give you financial help to complete university. When he showed up at Fort Bliss, Texas as an 18-year-old brand new recruit, they took one look at him and said, "You're coming from St. Thomas Military Academy? Well, you get a private room and you can help teach the other new recruits." This doesn't happen in normal life. So at any rate, from there he went back, finished his degree at Notre Dame, and then he was hired by 3M Company. And the very first boss he had in Portland, Oregon, was a man by the name of Bill Reck, who also was a graduate of St. Thomas Military Academy. And Bill made it his job to see that this young man was raised very quickly up to the next level of the job. After Buzz was a young boy, and as you've probably all read, his father abandoned the family when he was only 4. So his mother was trying to find a way that she could get him with men who were of character that would teach him the things that a young man needed to know. So she sent him to Father Foley's Camp for Boys. And Buzz spent most of his summers as a young man there. When he came back to Minnesota with 3M, he wanted his sons to attend over there and enjoy the camp. So in the meantime, the Schmidt family, who was then running the camp, told him they now had a father and son week, the week that they were preparing the camp for the summer campers. And at that same camp was another former camper, also a St. Thomas man by the name of Dr. Raymond Scallon. Dr. Scallon became a very close friend of Buzz's and as well his doctor. And Dr. Scallon was there and walked him through 6 brain surgeries. The first one, when that was necessary, he called the leading neurosurgeon, his friend, off his vacation airplane to come and perform the surgery. Dr. Scallon remains available anytime, day or night, to us. Lastly, I would like to make a quote from Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill said, "To every man there comes in his lifetime that special moment when he is physically tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do a very special thing, unique to him and fitted to his talent. What a tragedy if that moment finds him unprepared or unqualified for the work that would be his finest hour. None of you cadets will ever be caught unprepared or unqualified, and for that you can thank your parents and the teachers here at St. Thomas. Lastly, my husband was always proud of St. Thomas, and I hope somehow today the Lord lets him understand that St. Thomas, in presenting him this award, has said today that they are proud of him. Thank you.
He always wanted to speak, so he's moving to the microphone.